Hey guys, and welcome to Pixel Cherry Ninja's channel. In this video today we are checking out one of the most anticipated games of the year. That's right guys, it is Terminator 2D No Fate. When you start the game, it starts as a side-scroller, and just like any good game or that arcade experience, it gives you prompts on screen telling you what to do. Now, there are 4 difficulty levels on this. From the beginning, you've got easy, you've got like your normal, your hard, and your super hard. Now, it is recommended that you play on one of the harder difficulties, but for the sake of this video, I chose the easiest difficulty because I wanted to try and get as far as I could in the limited time that I had. In my playthrough, I got to like level 8 or 9, and I enjoyed every second of it. Now, looking at previews, I thought this was going to be a side scroller, but guess what guys, there is so much more in here. I need your clothes, your boots, and your motorcycle. One of the most epic movie lines ever. I feel like I need to go back and watch Terminator 2 because it has been a minute. But what's awesome is we started as Sarah Connor. I was going to say Linda Hamilton because I remember her from Beauty and the Beast. Anyone remember that? Anyway, this is Terminator. So you start off side-scrolling Shinobi style, but then you go into a Streets of Rage type of baller at a certain point in the game because Arnie is naked, or should I say that Terminator, and he just wants to get some clothes because even though he is a robot sent back in time to protect the little dude that's a little bit of an emo, he still wants to get his gear on, and this is where he goes. And I can almost hear, "You could be mine, but you're way out of time. When your dudes start rapping and your cooking tongue, you get nothing done." Anyway guys, hopefully that's not too accurate and this video doesn't get flagged up for copyright, but you can see the fun that I'm having. Look how good it looks, look how good the animation is. And if your auntie's around, the one that really liked Arnie and was watching him naked in Terminator 2, she will feel right at home with this. And it's things like this that make this game a classic. Now, I said it's been a while since I've seen the movie, but no one can ever forget this scene. This is where John Connor's on his little motorbike, just a slight upgrade from an actual bicycle that you pedal, but there is a motor on there somewhere. He's on there and he's trying to outrun the bad Terminator on his little bike, and honestly, it just makes this whole thing experience. We had the side-scrolling part, we had the Streets of Rage type brawler part, then all of a sudden you get this bike part. But as you're racing on there, Terminator comes, he grabs you like the little baby that you are, puts you on the front and says, "Don't worry man, I got my shotgun on this thing." This game is just a banger. It is adrenaline filled and you will love every minute of it. In case I haven't said it, which I don't think I have, I am choosing to play, or I am playing the Steam version of this game, right? But it is available for all platforms, PlayStation, Xbox, Switch, and on every single device. It runs at 60 FPS and it should be butter smooth. What's a banger. And honestly, I'm shooting that truck a lot, but I am not getting bored in the slightest. And this is one of the later levels. I think this was like stage 8 or stage 9. Remember Sarah Connor, where she's in that mental institute, or is it a prison, and the Terminator that can turn into different liquid and can morph into anything else comes in there. And this one is like an escape one, a little bit of stealth, hide from them, you can ultimately knock them out, but you are trying to run away from that upgraded version of the Terminator. I did try and get a drink out there, but hey, I couldn't do that. Now this bit here, the lock picking is relatively easy, maybe because I'm playing it on easy mode, but I'm telling you, once that Terminator chases you, the tension builds up to the point where he will chase you down, you'll face a lock, and all of a sudden he just pops up and there he's there, and you're trying to break those locks, but honestly with him chasing you down, you're like, no, I can do it, and he kills you. But once you're terminated, this is what's beautiful, and it's these little homages, these little cameos that they've got in here. Look at the continue screen, absolutely banging guys, it's going down. What does that remind you? Tell me what movie that reminds you of. I know what it is, do you know what it is? Thumbs up if you do. And where a lot of this is set in the past, well, it was the past. Well, I guess at the time it was the present, but hey, now it's 30 years on and we're in the year 2025. However, you do go into the future. Can't remember exactly how far in the future, but that a post-apocalyptic or apocalyptic world where everything is destroyed and the machines have taken over. So over here, you are future John Connor and you are taking on the Terminators and Skynet. Now, this game has a few different modes. I mainly played story mode, but arcade mode mode is available from the beginning, where you go through no continues, a bit of energy, whatever it is, but you can't continue, and that is it. You have to do the full game. As well as that, you've got an infinite mode, which is locked at the beginning, a boss rush mode, which is also locked, and as well, there's a mode called Mother of the Future. I wonder who that is, Mother of the Future. Maybe that's I was thinking my Mother of the Future, or my children's mother of the future, would be my wife. Getting a little bit confusing here. As well as that, there's also a level training mode, guys, which, well, as the name suggests, you can test out the levels. It is just such a great game. I like the characters on here, like John Connor here. So with the Y button, he's got that pipe bomb that he throws, but if you pick Sarah, she's got a melee attack. And when you're doing the Arnie parts, or the Terminator, is it the T-1000, when you're doing those parts, Streets of Rage style, it really does feel like a brawler. So yeah, you need to play this game. It's just so good. Look at the animation. Now a lot of this, it reminds me, like the movement and the way like the characters move, it reminds me of like games on the Amiga. Obviously a lot more polished than anything on the Amiga, and probably a lot more powerful than anything that's out there on the Amiga, but it does remind me of that. And it reminds me a little bit of a game called Switchblade 2. Not exactly like that, but it gives me that kind of vibe, just much more refined. Also a massive shout out to Bitmap Bureau and Reef Entertainment for hooking me up with a review code of this. I very much so liked it, enjoyed it. I love it when I get a review code for a game that I will actually buy. And remember Contra 3, which for me is my favorite Contra game. I think it's the best Contra game. I loved it on the Super Nintendo. And remember that part where the bottom of the screen catches fire? Well, it definitely reminds me of that. If you think any different, then let me know. But I definitely think this is a homage to the Contra game, especially when you get the split shot. That very much reminds me of something from Contra. Now, again, just a reminder, guys, the game is not that easy unless you put it on baby easy mode like me. But I did that for the sake of the video, so I could show you some of the stuff. I didn't want to complete the whole game for two reasons: A, time, and B, you'll see everything in the game. I want you to see stuff for yourself and check this out. This really is one of the games of the year. Bitmap Bureau, well, they're just freaking amazing, aren't they? They brought us Xeno Crisis, one of my favorite modern retro games, as well as Final Vendetta, which is an absolutely balanced and great brawler. One of the beauties of this game is, among many other things, is it's just an arcade action game. I like games like, I like 2D games. I like games that are Metroidvanias where we go and backtrack stuff, but this is the type of game that, you know, if you've had a long hard day at work and you don't want to focus too hard, you don't want to remember too much stuff, you just want to come in, shoot stuff, destroy stuff, and guess what? Ride an elevator. We know most games with an elevator are good, and I'm not just talking elevator action. This is just superb. Great levels, great arcade feel, great bosses. I mean, look at that, man. It just looks amazing. It's jumping at you, it's coming at you, and what's really good as well is you can see the patterns, just like we did back in the day. You played a game, you saw the pattern, you might you may get destroyed by that pattern a few times, but once you figure it out, it is satisfying. Well, just jumping around the bullets, ducking, diving, using all the tools at your disposal to beat the bosses. Again, it's on easy mode and it is easier, but I still can see the patterns there, and we know it's going to be awesome on a higher difficulty. So guys, I am gonna kind of wrap up this reviewish kind of thing that I've done. Now, I've really enjoyed what I've played of this, and I'm looking forward to playing this more. This is something I'm gonna play likely on a handheld because I really like playing on the go. I'm gonna put this on my Steam Deck, and I'm also gonna put this on my GPD Win Mini. It just plays really good. You don't need a powerful PC to run it. It will pretty much run on a potato, and it will give you that 60 FPS. It is very well optimized. It just freaking runs, and look at that. You get to punch a dog in the face. You may not see it in the video, but later in the game you've got futuristic robot dogs, and guess what? You can punch them in the face too, or at least chuck a pipe bomb at their head. But it feels really good when you slide through, and when you slide close to them and you just whack them in the face. Yes, you've got a gun, but hey, when you've got a gun, it's always more fun having a gun in your hand, but then either pistol whipping them or punching them in the face. This game is a banger. Honestly, if I had to give it marks out of 10, I would give it a full 10. It is everything I liked in my childhood, and I'm getting it delivered as an adult, and I can honestly tell you, I don't think there's ever been a better Terminator Terminator game, or I was going to say Terminator 2 game, but a better Terminator game in general. Yes, there have been some Terminator games, and some have been okay. I don't think I've ever played one that I have liked as much as this. What's really cool is when you start it gives you instructions Neo Geo style, and you just get on with the game. You can play it. There's not much to do. You can completely skip the story if you like, but hey, it is really cool the way they present it and everything. But yeah, check this out. What I'm really interested in is, I wonder, or let me know in the comments what you think, what consoles this will come out for in the future. I mean, Bitmap Bureau are known to release stuff for older consoles. If we look at something like Xeno Crisis, that's out for the Mega Drive, the Super Nintendo, the Game Boy Advance, the Neo Geo, the Mega Drive. Did I say Mega Drive already? It's out for like so many different machines out there, even the Nintendo 64. So it'll be nice to see this come out for other retro systems, but for now, enjoy it on the modern ones. Now, I'm sure all the other versions are good. I know colleagues of mine over on Metal Game Solid will be reviewing the Switch version, but this is the Steam version, and it is a 10 out of 10 game. No issues, no glitches, no breaks. Everything just freaking works on this. Anyway, guys, be freaking awesome to one another. This is Pixel Cherry Ninja out.